So yeah, game number 3, lliks versus Cyanz, TVZ. I'm so excited for it.
Well, neutrals that he has a lot of variety of all ins, so well, I probably shouldn't tell people
Yeah,
now
you
on
shouldn't tell,
stream.
you shouldn't tell people now. That's a
I'll be
secret. No,
happy.
that's a trade secret. Shh.
Yeah. So yeah, a few ones that he just got a lot of different options that catch people out.
Yeah. So we're going to be going to game number 2. In the red bottom right corner, it is going to be our Terran hero, lliks.
And at the top left hand corner, we've got Showtime, also known as, how do you say this? Cyanz?
Cyanz.
Cyanz? Are we going
With
to call
his,
him? I think we probably must well just call him Cyanz for the purpose of this match. It's kind of
yeah,
confusing when people got like all
multiple
the one
different
name.
names. Right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But actually, you could actually change his name now. I give like the in the list in my screenshot.
Too
You
much
guys
work.
see it? Too much work. Wow.
Okay,
Okay.
let me
Cool.
try.
So okay, while you're checking out, we're really gonna see this SUV. He's just from our friend lliks here. He's just gonna scout around. Just scout around, see what's going on in the base, making sure there's like no random proxies or any early pushers or any crazy units. But yeah, anyway, for Saga 2, the opening has always been the same. It has always been standard. It has been normal. Nothing excited about it unless like you do something crazy like a proxy. And yes, proxy is basically you building your own building outside of your main base. It can be anywhere, just anywhere around the map, and then it's a proxy already.
Yeah, that's exactly, and it's a decent map to do this, I'd say.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a really small maps, and I think it's actually a really great map for players like Terrence because there's a lot, especially in the middle part. Like if you notice in the middle of the map, there's a lot that is a really big high ground area, and also an area that has like this really nice wall which you can pick up from the side if they were walking. Really great place to do a lot of siege tank artillery bombardment. So I won't say this is a Terran favorite map. I'm just saying that the positioning for some areas is actually more beneficial to the Terrans compared to most units,
Yeah, it looks
like to
that way.
most races. Well, hey, I have not seen this strat in a long time. Drone scouting. I have not seen this since Brood Wars, man. Back in StarCraft 1 Brood Wars, everyone will always send like everyone like from either races. It could be Terrans, Protoss, or the Zerg. Everyone would definitely send one of their workers, SCVs, drones, or probes to check out what's going on in the base. And it's actually, I'm really excited to see that he's actually playing old school here.
Do you think lliks will do the same strategy that he did in the first game?
You mean like building max and dragging into the mid game? I say yes, because we already see him getting the factory up with the reactor.
Yeah.
He has the choice to switch out that factory with the barracks again if he wants the Marines. But the fact that he's going with the Hellions, and also for the last 2 games he has been going Mac, I think he might go for his usual battle Mac again. But by the way, ladies and gentlemen, just to let you guys know, battle max are basically the strats for battle max is basically you building mech units, but with one armory only. The armory is a building which allows you to do upgrades for any of your mech units. And when you do battle max, you build one armory, and you basically forget about offensive upgrades. You basically go defensive. Am I right?
Yeah. Well, sorry, if for battle map.
Yeah, for battle max.
Actually, is it more offensive than the traditional old style mech? And what you want to get quickly is, of course, the 2 upgrades for the Helion and the I was supposed to say Cyclone. I was supposed to say Cyclops. Cyclone. And then you can start kiting and sniping bases, because if you can get like 2 or 3 Cyclones locking onto one hatchery with the upgrade, and you can keep the lock on, you can cause a lot of damage. You can, even if you don't get the hatchery, you can pick off queens, and then the Hellions can take care of the links with blue flame Hellions. So it's very useful in pressuring the third of the Zerg. And it can still pick off, so it's a very mobile style of play, but it doesn't do that well if it gets caught in the middle of the map by a whole bunch of links or banes.
Yeah, that is correct. And also, I'm a little bit concerned. I mean, yes, lliks did win for the past 2 games with this strat, but I'm a little bit worried about how he's building up this army, because You know, normally the normal way when you're trying to build a mech army is that you build it alongside with some bio units because everyone will be harassing early, everyone will be engaging early, and depending on how well the units comes out, you might not be able to defend it. Like for example, if you're up against a Zerg, the guy will come in with Zergling speed and also roaches, which we are currently seeing right now. Roaches, Hellions, they can't do much against roaches. Like I said, roaches are they're the backbone of the Zerg army. They're tanky, they're the meat bags. They can do so much more damage compared to what these Hellions can do against these four roaches.
Only four
So these
roaches
four,
though.
yeah, these four roaches are definitely gonna go down. But do you see how many Hellions they took down?
I think 3.
Really? I thought they
3.
took out like 5.
Oh,
Oh,
let's see. Units lost 7.
oh 7. Oh, that's a
Well,
lot.
no, that's total 7, so it could have been SCVs as well. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you could be right. Could be about 5, maybe 4 or 5. But we've got 9 roaches already on the field, and we've got well, 1 more on the way. So what do you how do you see this game shaking out? We've got a
The thing is this,
double
like I said,
armory coming down. We've got 6 factories already, and the 3rd base almost finishing.
yeah,
Lliks is a quite a decent, well practiced mech Baron,
terrifying.
I would say. I would have to say that this most likely will be the last fresh blood tournament that if we keep it flat and below, this is probably the last one that he can take part in because he is already his play is bordering on diamond.
Oh yeah,
So he is causing a lot of damage. 11 drones, 13 drones, SCVs already spotted, and with only one cyclone there, he's gonna cause a lot of damage.
yeah. But he had no choice though. If he didn't pull some of the SCV line to come and front line for all these Hellions, then there's no way those Hellions could have done like a 1v1 against all these roaches. Because roaches, like I said, roaches they do so much more damage. They're more tankier, and Hellions, like, they can't do much against roaches. So the fact that he had to sacrifice 13 just to win that fight, I don't think it's that great.
I
That's
agree.
that's why I'm saying like it's not great to always build like pure mech army first because they take time. They are more like a mid game unit, like okay, not like a major mid game unit. It's more, they can be early game units, but they take time to build up. But if suddenly a race like Protoss or Zerg or even Terrace itself, if they decide to do an early push or maybe an all-in, there is no way you're going to defend that.
But he has though so far, and he's doing very well. In fact,
That
uh,
was.
Cyanz is in an all-in position. He's only got 25 drones, and the
Oh
Terran army is
no!
gonna get across the map. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna clean this up really well. Those roaches are gonna go down. Those siege tanks are siege. Yeah, and he's just gonna hunt them down with the remaining army that he has. And he could lose even half of this out Terran, and he will still be a hit because of this weak economy of the Zerg. And the Zerg is forced now to make army and not drones. He's on 27 workers to the 44 of lliks. So even though lliks lost what 14 workers earlier
13, yeah.
on, he's still well ahead, producing out of 6 factories. His 2 CCs already saturated decently well. 30 CC coming down, and he's marching across the map. So yeah, if this Terran army gets positioned, it's not a very big Terran army.
No, but
But yeah,
it will
it will do
do. That's the
damage.
thing. It will do. That's all he needs now. No, but the thing is, just like I'm also a little bit concerned for like Cyanz. Like he literally instead of prioritizing his economy, I mean it's great. He got a third hat trick out and everything, but he was prioritizing too much on the upgrades. Can you see like all of his production tech is always like burrows and everything? I don't know why he's going for. The burrow. I mean, sure, the burrows might help out in some situation, but that's not the upgrade you need now. You need workers. Like your main base, there's only 10 workers farming from there. There's 7 on your second natural. There's 1 on your third. Like hello,
And looks
you
like
got
the Evo is gonna be worked down.
oh no! If he can snipe that evolution chamber before he completes the upgrade, that'll be
Yeah,
huge.
yeah,
And
he
it will
is
get sniped out.
denied, and he's gonna finish his mag field accelerated just now. I think this is curtains for our Zerg.
Yeah, it's
69
definitely
army to
curtain.
15. GG.
Yeah, GG is the call, and the game, game 1 of match number 2 will be going to our Terran hometown hero lliks once again. But like I said, um Cyan had the right mind. he was doing with the early engagement with the roaches and the zerglings, but then after that he was prioritizing too much on the upgrades and some upgrades which he didn't really need until later. Like he had all his bases, he had the bases, but he just didn't have the money to produce the workers.
Yeah.
He was literally focusing so much on the upgrades, so much on things which he doesn't really need, and I think that's just what cost him the game.
Yes.
Like
It
there
was
was
an
nothing
all-in.
he could do.
It was basically an all-in that did not work out. That kind of all-in with only 20 because you gotta win. You gotta win it then there.
Yep, that's right. Oh,
Uh,
that
sorry,
was so bad.
Cyanz, you have to pick a different map.
Please choose another map, or please choose any map. Hmm. I wonder what they'll pick.
Yeah, I mean, let's see.
The thing is, this, like, okay, while
New
we're waiting for that,
repugnancy. Well, actually, it's lliks' choice, but if lliks is okay with it, he says he is okay. New repugnancy, it is, and
all right. So yes, New Repugnancy is one of the previous ladder maps. It wasn't removed. It wasn't removed for this patch. Although some of the maps did get removed, like Port Alexander and Year Zero, but maps like King's Cove, New Repugnancy, and Cyber Forest are one of the 4 maps that still remain in the ladder. And we all know New Repugnancy is like a medium big map. And it's like really, and especially its center area. Like if you can notice on the lobby list, like the center area of New Repugnancy is really problematic. It's really hard to move a really big, slow, large armies around the map. And especially if you get caught off, like let's say, especially since it's Zerg, right? If it's a TVZ, if you're moving out with your army, like your Thors, your Siege Tank, all these slow units, and you get caught off in the middle, like from all sides, from all the bailiffs, from all the Brewlords, then there's no way you're gonna survive that. Your Terror army is gonna get reduced to dust all the way to the ground.
I have a feeling we might not get that far to see any tier 3 units. The way, the style that lliks is playing is a very aggressive battle mech. Though, Showtime did reveal. Well, let's just get the introductions out of the way first, shall we?
Yeah. So, you wanna do it this time, or you want me to do it?
I'll do one, you do one. Okay. So at the
I did.
bottom left-hand corner, we've got leading 1-0. lliks.
Yeah, and you can see in the top right corner in the blue, it is going to be our Zerg player, Cyanz, also known as Shelltime. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, like I'm going to say again, thank you for coming out and watching our live stream. Thank you for supporting our event. My name is Leonard, also known as Yolo Lee, and with me is going to be Samo Bamo, who is going to be my co-pastor and also my partner in crime for this cast.
Yeah. Having fun so far?
Yeah, dude, are you?
Yeah. The first
I mean,
game
it is
was-
your first cast. It is your first cast, so it's like,
It's not
So
my
how
first
you
cast
feel?
ever. It's not my first cast ever.
yeah, you're not ever, but
Yeah.
you know.
It's my first cast with Malaysian players. I casted a lot of like NA stuff. You said
Ooh.
last time.
That's pretty cool, man.
Uh,
We're gonna see all the overlords with its own. SCV is just gonna scout out. He's gonna see that. He's gonna see an early hatchery before spawning pool.
very economic build. Nice and standard. So yeah.
No, but the thing is, this, he also played like very economical in the previous round, but I just don't know why he just stopped building workers and just went for upgrades. That really threw me off really hard.
You know what?
I'm just wondering why.
Maybe he saw. That I was just about to say just before our introduction that lliks does have a big hole in his build because he goes for double reactor instead of one reactor and one lab. He is Helion heavy at the start, and roaches could take advantage of that. So maybe Showtime saw the first game he lliks played versus Gila Chess, and so this is something I could take advantage of.
Yeah, that's why I was also explaining that going pure Mac early is actually a really big risk. Like normally when you see Mac players,
Yeah.
they always like Mac players like for example like Special.
Yeah.
We all know our famous Mac player and also
Yeah.
Gobi Ho.
Yeah.
They will never start with a pure Mac first. They always start with a couple of buyers, not a lot, just a couple of buyers.
Or maybe
alongside-
1-1-1 type of thing.
Yeah, 1-on-1 just to compensate and help defend against any of the early pushes,
Because
and just slowly build up your battle max.
Yes.
Because we all know like our buy units come out way faster and it costs cheaper. They cost way cheaper compared to the max.
Though you are trading your teching for it.
Yeah,
And
you would trade tax, sorry.
if you go against sort of like a very high economic Zerg, like a high macro Zerg, gets a third base at about 2:45, 3 minutes, you will be behind, but uh, I don't think we probably won't see that high level play at this level. But like I said earlier on, lliks is he's knocking on the door of diamond.
Yeah. So that means if he wins this game, would it be like game over, or like he can't play in the next round?
No, I mean in the next edition of this tournament, I think.
Oh yeah, the next edition.
Probably he'll be considered diamond level. I mean, yeah, I suppose it's fair to say he's favorites at the moment. Though we've only seen him do this against, doing well against Zerg. And as we know, there are a lot of Protosses in this tournament, and I'm not sure this style works well against the master race.
We're gonna see Metabolism Boost coming out, and also a Bailing Nest and also a Roach Warren.
Oh, well,
Now this is where things are getting interesting. Like Cyan is getting serious now. He's getting ready. He's getting all these Bane Busters. Not okay, probably not Bane Busters. Like he's getting some Baileys for his team composition. He's also getting a couple of Roaches because he knows lliks is just gonna keep going for Mac.
yeah, and
Definitely he doesn't have any bio army to side with that Mac. I mean, he has that one Reaper. What is one Reaper gonna do against like Roaches, man? Come on.
tickle it.
Yeah, tickle it.
Yeah, he's gonna
Give
tickle
it like that nice back massage, you know. It's like,
well, he figures he's got to go for it. You know, it is the but I say that and there's a third base coming down, but I think it's a fake that just using it for Larvae. He's got to go for it, right?
yeah, he has to go for it.
Link's coming in. Well, micro. Ooh, lot of Helions. He's gonna push this away. But the roaches are there. You know, there's those roaches around. They could do some damage. Pick them off one by one. Focus fire. Never know. Ooh, they're not microing. He's lost quite a number of Helions already. The rest are pretty low life. That was a good attack.
Ooh.
You think? You got 5 more roaches on the way. Banelings in production. Little supply blocked at the moment, our Terran.
Yeah, but
Quickly drops a supply depot, Tamba.
Dumb.
I don't know what to call him.
Yeah, we're just gonna say it's drops lah. Supply drops, you know.
Supply drops.
Supply drops.
Emergency.
Emergency. But if he can survive this long enough for the Banelings to come in, for the siege tank to come in, then he will be fine. He needs that siege tank. That siege tank is so important. Where is that siege tank? It should be out. Okay, there's the siege tank.
Oh, yeah.
He's on the high ground.
It's on the high ground.
Siege! Oh no, he can't siege. He shouldn't be sieging. There's too much splash damage.
I think he should have waited for the rest of his army because they're just trickling forward, you know?
Yeah.
Should have waited and then come with a whole bunch because he's held this pretty well. 6 more roaches on the way to bring it to a total of, I think it would be 11. Oh yeah, 11 roaches. Yeah, so the Terran is not entirely out of it yet, though the longer time goes on, it's gonna favor him. If he gets a swell of links plus that bunch of roaches, pushes across the map, links connect with the Helions, splash damage from the tank, he could break the Terran, but he's got to go soon.
Yeah, but I would definitely prefer, like, I know it's crazy, but normally when you're going up against Max, right, you always want to try to get those Brute Lords and those Vipers. Okay, if you don't get those Brute Lords, you can get Vipers. Vipers, they're so great at just picking off all those siege tanks. Like, by the way, Vipers are basically like another spell casting unit for the Zerg army. They're like flying lizards. They are just flying around, and they have this skill which is called Latch, right? Is it called Latch, or I forgot what it's called? But basically, it's like doing fishing. It's like if they see a siege tank like just standing still, they'll just like fish you out into an area which you do not want to be in, and they can just slowly snipe all of those siege tanks. And not only that, not only do they have this like latch skill, they also have another skill called Blinding Cloud, which can also not only just like make all the users in that area blind and unable to attack, but it also forces them to unsiege and also reposition. And when they do that, your Zerglings and everyone can just start doing the surround and have this hard time escaping.
Sounds good.
Yeah, man, it sounds amazing, and we're seeing a lot of upgrade here. Like, Burst speed. We also have. Is that burst speed? If I'm not mistaken, is that burst speed?
Yes, I think it is. And Baru itself. So let's see. Is our Terran set up for this? No, he's not. I mean, if this finishes and we see some Baru action, our Terran has actually no turrets on the map.
Detection. Yeah.
No
They have
detection
no detection.
whatsoever. No turrets at all. So yeah, that's definitely a possibility. We got Blue Flame almost finishing up. 1-1 on the way for our Terran. And our Zerg is actually droning up. Let's see how our Zerg's doing in terms of income. This is a
No, he's
not
far
great.
behind.
Not great, not great.
He
Far
is
behind.
far behind.
Far
man.
behind. I think he's caught in two minds now. Drone, make man, drone, make man. It's kind of doing both, so both are not that high, you know.
Yeah, but the thing is, just like now we're inside. We're somewhat into the mid game right now,
Yep.
and the Terran army is already. He managed to survive all of the early engagement, but we're gonna see a small engagement here between the Ravagers and the Roaches.
Ooh,
He already
bad
sees that the Roaches has burst speed as well.
But the
So he's gonna get
Roaches do
sniped
not
down by
have rope
Cyclone.
speed. Oh, that's bad.
Oh, there's a scan.
That's very bad.
It's not gonna run. It's not gonna run. He's gonna stand and fight. But that's not the great idea, though. There goes his front line. There goes his army. The Ravagers, they're not tanky at all. They're so squishy. They're gonna get sniped down. That Queen trying to run for her life. She has transfusion, but I don't think she can transfuse herself. The Queen will go down. Another Queen will go down. Another Roaches and another Queen coming here. They think. I don't know why. For some reason, he thought maybe that one Roach can deal with this whole big army of the Terran. But there's just no way.
rally is there. The rally is there.
There's just no way. Smart servers will be done here. +1 armed weapons is done. +1 armor is going to be done as well. Nothing is stopping this Terran army. The Zerg has nothing. Cyan can't do anything. All he could do is just watch and just wait for the inevitable. And sniping that third base was actually huge as well, but I don't think it's that huge because like there was like barely any drones mining there.
Yeah, and he's borrowed the two that were.
Oh no, he saw that. You should have burrowed in front of the Terran army, dude. Now he's road speed, but dude, no. This is not how it's supposed to end. But anyway, I'm happy, you know. I like Terran winning. I'm being bad.
12 drones going down. Second entry going down, and our Zerg taps out GG.